Hello and welcome. In today's video, we'll explore the Hermetic statement, as above, so below. It is part of the Emerald Tablet, an ancient cryptic text attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, central to alchemical and Hermetic traditions, about the hidden laws that govern the universe. The Emerald Tablet contains 13 statements, but as above, so below is by far the most well-known, and is more often than not taken out of its original context. The phrase, as above, so below, encapsulates a timeless principle that resonates through various philosophical, metaphysical, and spiritual traditions. It suggests a correspondence between the macrocosm, the larger universe, and the divine realm, and the microcosm, the individual or the human experience. This idea implies that the patterns, laws, or dynamics observed in the grander scope of reality are mirrored or reflected in the smaller, more personal aspects of existence. In this view, the universe operates through a harmonious system where everything is interconnected and reflective of a greater unity. It can, perhaps in its purest form, be seen in the function of the third eye. By opening up an infinitesimal point inside the head, in the pineal gland, we open up to our fundamental unity with God's infinite consciousness on the inside, and you also thus open up to priorly hidden aspects of God's creation. The concept, as above, so below itself, stems from ancient traditions, notably Hermeticism, which originated in Hellenistic Egypt. In Hermetic thought, the principle of as above, so below is often seen as a way to understand the relationship between the divine or celestial realm and the earthly or material world. Hermetic philosophy teaches that by understanding the structure and laws of the universe, one can gain insight into the self, and conversely, by deeply knowing oneself, one can comprehend the larger mysteries of the cosmos. This notion of reflection, or mirroring, highlights the intrinsic connection between the divine and the mundane, the spiritual and the material, the universal and the personal. This deserves some reflection. By understanding yourself better, you understand the world better, and vice versa. And it also means that there is an ordered structure to us and the world that can be understood. We are not just tiny specks of dust, pushed here and there by random, blind forces that rule our existence with blind arbitrariness, making one person a CEO and another one a beggar more or less by chance, as both just react more or less automatically to whatever the wheel of fortune happens to deal them. If you want to learn more about what forces govern your life, check out our videos about the Hermetic principles and the gunas of Hinduism. Links will be at the end screen. One way to interpret the phrase is through the lens of duality, where two seemingly opposing forces or realms are in fact parts of a greater whole. These two realms are not separate. Rather, they are deeply intertwined, influencing and shaping each other. The world of the spiritual, the metaphysical, and the unseen influences the tangible physical world, and vice versa. This interconnectedness suggests that by understanding one level of reality, we can come to understand the other. For example, understanding the laws of nature could lead to a greater comprehension of divine truths, just as meditative or introspective practices that explore inner realities could reveal insights about the universe at large. When thinking about this concept in terms of human experience, as above, so below can be viewed as an exploration of how the larger forces of the universe, cosmic patterns, cycles, and energies manifest in the everyday lives of people. It implies that events in the heavens, such as the movement of celestial bodies, reflect or influence what happens on Earth. Similarly, the human body, emotions, and thoughts are seen as a reflection of universal forces. This idea aligns with certain esoteric traditions, such as astrology, which posits that the positions and movements of celestial bodies have a direct impact on human affairs. Thus, what happens on a grand cosmic scale is reflected in human behavior and life experiences. In a more practical sense, This principle can also be applied to personal growth and transformation. If one understands the idea that the same laws that govern the universe also govern the self, then the process of self-discovery or spiritual evolution becomes a microcosmic reflection of the greater journey of the universe itself. This means that by working on oneself, one's thoughts, emotions, and actions, one is not only transforming the individual life, but also participating in the transformation of the universe. In this view, self-mastery or enlightenment is not an isolated event, but part of a larger cosmic process. This concept also resonates within the realm of psychology, especially in theories that explore the mind's and inner life's relationship to the external world. This ties into the statement, as within, so without, which is derived from as above, so below. This idea suggests that there is a direct relationship between one's internal state and the reality one experiences, which is the foundation of what in modern terms has been named the law of attraction. The idea also suggests that the inner workings of the mind reflect broader universal principles. Certain psychological perspectives argue that human consciousness is structured similarly to the universe, with layers of conscious and unconscious thought processes mirroring the layers of reality. In this way, exploring the unconscious mind can be seen as a journey that parallels exploring the unknown aspects of the universe. Similarly, Carl Jung's idea of the collective unconscious, that all humans share a common psychological heritage, could be considered a reflection of the universal above that manifests in the personal below. The phrase can also take on a moral or ethical dimension. If the universe operates according to a set of harmonious and balanced principles, then human behavior should reflect those same principles. The concept suggests that one's actions in the world should be in alignment with the greater order of the cosmos. Acting in ways that reflect the universal truths of balance, harmony, and interconnectedness is seen as living in accordance with the divine will or natural law. This understanding promotes a way of life that seeks to bring the microcosmic personal realm into harmony with the macrocosmic universal realm. This takes the question of morality outside of the context of guilt and punishment and into the realm of objective moral law instead. You simply know that certain actions bring certain results and adjust yourself accordingly. In addition, many spiritual and religious traditions that emphasize unity with the divine see as above, so below as a guiding principle for realizing that the divine spark within each person reflects the greater divinity of the universe. This means that the divine is not a distant or abstract concept, but is present within each being. The personal journey of spiritual growth is thus an act of aligning oneself with this divine reality, recognizing that one's own being is a reflection of the greater universe. This is often why the phrase is linked to teachings about self-realization, enlightenment, or unity with the divine. It is an encouragement to look within and to see that the answers to the mysteries of the universe can be found within the self. In another light, the principle speaks to the laws of correspondence and cause and effect. What happens on one level of existence, whether in the mental, spiritual, or physical plane, is echoed on other levels. This interrelationship underscores the importance of balance and awareness in one's actions. For instance, thoughts and emotions, though intangible, are believed to have tangible effects on the physical body and the surrounding environment. This is a reminder that everything we think, say, or do has consequences that ripple outward, influencing both the internal and external worlds. Ultimately, the notion of as above, so below suggests a profound interconnectedness between all things. Whether we are discussing physical laws, psychological dynamics, or spiritual principles, the idea is that the universe is a unified whole, and the same truths apply everywhere, on all levels of existence. By observing this unity and reflecting upon how the microcosm mirrors the macrocosm, one can cultivate a deeper understanding of both the self and the universe, recognizing that the two are not separate, but part of a continuous, interwoven reality. In summary, as above, so below serves as a reminder of the deep connection between all aspects of existence. It tells us that the patterns we observe in the universe are not separate from our personal experiences, but are reflected within us. It encourages us to see that the grand forces of the cosmos influence our daily lives, and that our inner worlds are just as significant as the outer. By understanding this principle, we gain a more holistic view of reality, one that recognizes the harmony and unity that exists between the macrocosmic and the microcosmic, the universal and the personal. Through this lens, we come to see ourselves not as separate beings, but as integral parts of the greater whole, with the potential to reflect and embody the wisdom of the universe within our own lives. When you start seeing this unity, there is no real going back from it. Your rational mind may question this or that, but in the end, you will start seeing more evidence that we are not products of a cold, meaningless, indifferent universe. You will instead see that this evident and increasing complexity that you see around you is a manifestation of one infinite consciousness. And the more you align your thoughts, words, and actions with this knowing, the more magical life will become. And that concludes today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for your time.